Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye, bye. In a menudo style in direct fashion, let's straight get to the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that I'm kicking. And I appreciate the support. I'm humbled by it. So I actually really wanted to do this video today. Really wanted to, man. You know, there's a lot of shit that gets talked about Lefty Gunplay. You know, I myself am guilty in the past of not really knowing who Lefty was, but he's exposing more and more of himself. And over the weekend, he truly exposed himself. And I know everyone is like, wow, what did Lefty do this time? It's what you expect him to do that he didn't do, right? And what I seen that he did that I could actually say, hey, he made a great move, right? So Lefty Gunplay, you know, because of a lot of the things that he's done in the past and a lot of his comments, you know, has found himself in a situation where he gets more hate than probably any other Latino rapper coming up right now. And why do I say Latino rapper and not just rapper? Because that's what he is. Regardless if he's Mexican, Salvadorian, Honduran, whatever he is, whatever the fuck Lefty is, he's brown. Right. And at the end of the day, as a brown person, I got to support that. No North, no South, no green, no black, no purple, just straight up brown. And I'm going to support it, just like I support the black and brown movement. And, you know, there's a lot of things that have been going on in LA, a lot of tragedies happening. You know, these fires are affecting everyone. And, you know, it's to the point now where in your life can you remember these type of tragedies affecting stars, Hollywood stars, people that are rich, people that have the 1%ers, people that have a lot of money, right? You don't really see that. You usually see the ghettos, the barrios, middle America, people that, you know, in Texas, you see all kinds of tragedy with tornadoes and hurricanes and in Florida and New Orleans. And you always see the people that are already living in poverty, it affects them the most, or that's what news shows. But lately, there's a twist in this tragedy, right? In the Palisade fires, the Los Angeles area fires. And it's that a lot of the stars or people that we watch on TV shows and movies like Mel Gibson, Paris Hilton, all these people, their homes are burning down, right? And I know a lot of people ain't sympathetic to someone who has money because they could replace a home. A home is easily replaced, right? Or a house, excuse me. A house is easily replaced, but not a home. You know, there's personal effects, things that they own that they can never get again, like a child's, you know, a diploma or a kid's first day of school picture or things, you know, that are very sentimental to someone. It's just like prison. In prison, you know, all you have is your property, your personal effects. And that means a lot. And I've seen people actually hit cops, you know, COs over fucking with their personal effects, their personal pictures, their family pictures, their property, right? And it's the same thing on the streets. You have property, things that you've accumulated through hard work. And, you know, these people are losing it. So I don't look at the stars or anyone any different, but they're people. But what Lefty Gunplay chose to do was step up and be a man. And it truly exposed the person he really is. Not this person with all these gang tattoos, not the world's most famous gangbanger, not the rapper, not the person that's in the streets, you know, with all these women, but a person with a soul. And I respect it, man. And I thought I should shed some light on it. So over the weekend, you know, Richard Cabral, and I don't know if you know who he is, man. He's an actor from Los Angeles, from the Los Angeles area, from East LA, that has been in several movies. And he's pretty recognized by all Chicanos and Mexicanos. You know, we know who Richard Cabral is because he's been in some of our favorite movies. But at the same time, he got nationally recognized, I think, by the show The Mayans. You know, he played a good character. And there's a lot of people when they see Richard Cabral, man, they think that, oh, he's on one or he's unkept. But, you know, this Vato Richard Cabral, Joker, you know, he came from a barrio, part of a barrio. He been to prison. You know, he overcame a lot of shit in his life. He's done interviews and, you know, he was able to break the mold, just like Danny Trejo, just like a lot of the Chicanos. And he was able to go mainstream as an actor, which is hard. You know, because let's just be honest, man, a lot of Chicanos, Mexicanos that were part of the gang life or part of a barrio, that got the resume on their bodies, the tattoos, or they were part of prison, they don't get a good look in Hollywood, a fair shake. A lot of times they're typecasted into these roles of playing the gangster in the background or playing in movies like Friday or Menace to Society. They don't really get to play a main character or to get nationally recognized. Well, he did through hard work and determination and consistency, staying in his lane and doing his thing. And lately, or in the last couple of years, I've seen him, he has a coffee shop that he started. He put his money back into his community, back into his neighborhood, back into helping people. And not a lot of people realize that. There's a lot of actors, actresses, and people in the entertainment business that do. They don't have to show you what they do. They just handle it. It's not about proving yourself, but he was one of the actors over the weekend he lost his home in the fires, right? A home that he worked hard to build. And Lefty Gunplay, out of all people, man, and I know he gets the shit end of the stick, people hate, he stepped up. He stepped up and he sent them a message, and he said, "Hey, homie, you've been a mentor. You've been like a Theo to me. Someone that I can rely on to help me in my career," which Lefty is just starting out in his career, but someone that actually stepped in to guide him, to help him, which is what we should do as black and brown and even white people, right? Help each other. When we see one of ours that's struggling or see one of ours that's coming up, guide them, be a mentor to them, let them know like, hey, man, there's going to be a lot of hate. There's going to be a lot of fucking people that are trying to take advantage of you. Some of your oldest friends, some of your newest friends will take advantage of you because they feel that one or two things, either it's envy, jealousy, or they just really don't like you and don't give a fuck, right? And so they'll steer you in the wrong direction. And in the entertainment business, it's a cutthroat business. Everyone's trying to be top dog. Everybody wants to be a rapper. Everybody wants to get some clout and have that shine. And because Lefty, regardless if you think he could rap or not, is that one right now on the West Coast as far as, a brown person. He's being recognized and he's working hard. And, he thanked Richard Cabral, and he let Richard Cabral know that his doors were open to him because he realized that Richard lost everything. Now, just because these people are losing their homes, doesn't mean, these rich people, they still have money in the bank. I'm sure they still have businesses. They have a lot of friends and family they can go to if they've helped them out in the past. But you never truly realize or recognize who your friends and your real people are until tragedy strikes, right? That's when you'll see, and I recognized that a long time ago, man. I remember when I used to be on the run and I used to do bad shit and I used to be in the life, and I would truly find out if my homeboys from my neighborhood were really my homeboys. And plenty of times the doors got slammed in my face. People didn't want nothing to do with me. I was on the run. They didn't want the heat. They didn't want me to bring the fucking placas to their pad. And so I had to be on my own. Now I did have a few homeboys that did look out for me, but that's just how that lifestyle goes. And you understand that. And if you don't understand it, that's why I'm here to let you understand that that's how it was for me. I'm not going to say that's how it's going to be for you, but I'll say that, to think that your homeboys got your back 1,000,000%, you'd be a fool and very foolish. Okay, Lefty Gunplay just met this guy and left him a message on Instagram saying, "Hey, bro, you're all that to me. You've helped me, and my door's open to you. If you need anything, I got you." Now, if he was just doing it to be recognized and to make his image look good, then it is what it is. But I don't think so. I think Lefty exposed who he really was, and I think he continues to expose who he really is. He's not that super hardcore gangster everyone thinks he is. Okay, he grew up in a barrio. He's part of the lifestyle. He did his time in Pelican Bay. That's all recognized, and that's all fucking people see that, and they're like, ooh. I don't see that as a badge of honor. I don't see that as any of that. I see that as a bunch of foolish mistakes that I've made in the past, so I can't hate on it. But at the end of the day, I see him as a compassionate person, a person with the soul who wants to help out not only his neighborhood, but his gente, Now, what I truly hope that Lefty takes from this, because it was a good move, and I want to commend him for it. Not a lot of people are giving him his flowers for it. But looking out for someone who's lost everything, who's going through a rough time, that shows the true measure of a man. That shows the content of your character, right? Now, there's people like, he only doing this to get clout, and I don't believe so. I believe he's doing it from the kindness of his heart because he wants to help out his camarada. He wants to help out his homie, someone who has been helping him out. And I know real will recognize real. And they say angels are everywhere, right? And I think people sometimes can be an angel to another person when you're down and out and you really need it, man. Who's going to stand tall and show that love and put his hand down and pick you up, right? Well, Lefty did that for this man, for Richard, right? For Joker. And I respect it. Now, at the end of the day, regardless if you like Lefty Gunplay or not, you got to give him his respect on that one, right? Now, there's a lot of people that have been going through a lot of tragedy. And I understand that Richard Cabral has money. He doesn't probably need it, but it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. And it's a fact that, you know, we're living in rough times right now where people are cutthroat. And imagine, you know, there's people that are looting homes, you know, dressing like firefighters, going in these people's houses, taking what little they have left. And it's just unfortunate, you know, that people think that way. But then you have Lefty Gunplay, one of the most hated individuals in the game right now. You know, and albeit a lot of it is because of his mouth. You know, remember when Swifty Blue was hated so bad because of his mouth? And he kind of got away from that. You know, I believe Lefty's getting away from that. Now, what I truly hope Lefty does, he learns from this learning experience and he lets the North and South issues go as well. You know, and he realizes that, you know, everybody is human. Everybody has emotions. It doesn't matter if you're from a gang or a certain geographical area or wherever you're from. Everybody needs help sometimes, not just the people in your area, but everywhere. You know, I remember a long time ago, man, there was a homie and he was doing, he's a well-known rap. He was a well-known rapper in the Valley, at least, you know, and let me tell you the little story. So what had happened was I didn't have a car. I was struggling getting to work and I had a tia, man, rest in peace. And she would send one of her workers, you know, she was in the game. She would send one of her workers every day to pick me up to take me to work. And it got to the point where I was relying on that. And instead of going out there and really hustling for myself, I became dependent on that. And I was taking advantage of the situation, being mean to the person that was driving me to work. You know, if he was late a little bit, taking it out on him, like he wasn't doing me a favor, or like my tia wasn't having him do me a favor, right? One of those people, and I was an active gang member, so I thought I was the shit, right? I just thought like, hey, you're beneath me and it just is what it is. And this is the lifestyle you chose because you're a tecato. You're going to do what the fuck I say. I was being I was an asshole. I was being a very bad person at the time, right? And God will truly show you the error of your ways. Luckily, I got a chance to see it before it was too late, right? And so I remember one particular day, the vato didn't come early, man. I called my tia, like, this motherfucker's late. She was like, beat that motherfucker's ass when he gets there. And I did. You know, I slapped him up and I felt bad. Immediately as I did it, I felt bad, like, the fuck am I to be taking advantage of people? I ain't nobody, right? And it was like an eye-opening experience. And then that same exact day I came home from work, he picked me up, black eye, all fucked up, right? Trying to apologize. I should have been the one apologizing. But again, man, I was stuck in my own fucking ways. And as he drops me off and we're pulling up to the carport, you know, I had a Mercedes Benz that was a piece of shit that was broke down. That's why I'm saying I had no car. It just didn't run. That my tia had bought me that I thought, oh, I got a Mercedes. Out of all cars, I could have chose any car. I chose a piece of shit Mercedes that didn't run, right? For the image, for the clout, for the look, you know? And I'm looking at that fucking car mad, like, damn, man, it's all your fault. No, really was all my fault for being a stupid ass and trying to act like I'm cool. And as I walk up, there's a couch. You know, I live in the ghetto, Merced, 13th Street, right across from the what do you call it? The DMV. It's ghetto, right? Ghetto apartments. Northerners and Asians struggling, right? A few blacks too. And as I pull up, there's a homeboy who used to be a rapper from a pretty well-known group, right? And he's sleeping on a couch right there in my carport. He's homeless. He's struggling. And I've known him my whole life. And I look down at him and I'm like, what's up, brother? And he's like, what's up? And he doesn't even really recognize who I am. And he's kind of like, you know, when you first wake up, someone's running up on you, especially in that area, you got to be on point. And I'm like, you good? And I see who it is. And I'm like, damn, bro, what's up? He was sucked up, skinny. He just didn't look himself. He's going through some bad times. And I opened my doors to him and I gave him what food I could give him and helped him out a little bit. And we had a little bit of a falling out and then we were cool and then whatever, right? The fact is this, you know, it was at that exact moment I realized, man, there's people out there that had it way worse than me. And, you know, I had to give back instead of take. And so all that whole experience right there showed me, you know, how to be a better man. And from that day forward, I started to become a better man. Now, this is a cutthroat world we live in. There's some people that will take your kindness for weakness. There's some people that will take advantage of that position that you play, right? You need to be able to realize and recognize that and understand you can't help anyone. You can't help, or not anyone, but everyone. You know, so back to Lefty Gunplay. You know, I'm glad that he did this, that he showed compassion, that he showed support for Richard Cabral, who really needs it, I'm sure. You know, and even if he doesn't need it, like I said, it's the fucking thought that counts. So for everyone that's woofing on Lefty, hating on him because he's not the best rapper in the world, so what? So what? He's in a position to help, and he chose to do so. You know, the man's been showing change. You know, he apologized to the city of Fresno. He apologized to the Northerners. And people say, well, he's just doing that because of this, and that. It doesn't matter. He did it. He did it, you know. And if more people could take initiative and follow suit and do that, it'd be better for the brown people, right? For the movement of uniting the raza and for black and brown. You know, Lefty's making the necessary steps, or he's being guided the right way, and I respect it. So that's why I did this video. You know, Richard Cabral, man, is we don't have very many in Hollywood, very many brown men that are able to break out of the mold and play different roles. He has, right? And so I'm so happy that Lefty Gunplay recognized that and seen this vato, because he's one of ours. You know, he's one of ours in the brown community. Now, when I say one of ours, I don't just mean the brown community. I mean one of ours as a human, you know, because I got love and respect for everybody. I'm not a racist bone in my body. I want to see everyone achieve. But you got to understand, when we come from a heavily populated Latino area, we got to look out for ours. And I've always said, first and foremost, I'm gonna put my people, in the front. Doesn't mean I hate black. Doesn't mean I hate whites. None of that. It just means, you know, I got a lot of love for my cultura and for my gente. It doesn't matter if you're from LA or you're from San Jose. None of that matters to me. All that matters is that, you know, I want to see people make it. You know, I know lately I've been doing videos like about Big Boy and all these guys. And I can tell you right now, I don't care for Big Boy because of the way, see, he's on the total opposite of the spectrum when it comes to what Lefty did. You know, Big Boy's not offering help to people. He's not trying to help gente. You know, he's trying to catapult people out of their money, trying to hurt the gente. And, you know, that's why I dislike him. So I know people are going to be like, well, you make videos, he's brown. Yeah, I understand he's brown. And I want nothing more than for him to succeed, but I don't want him to succeed on the back of the brown man or the black man or the white man. I don't want to see him utilize other people to succeed. But in a way, isn't that what I'm doing by making videos about him, succeeding off his success? So that's why I've taken just a little bit of a step back from, you know, clowning on him as much. Because it's not that I'm scared of him. I could care less. I'm probably never going to see him in my life. It's the fact that I'm going to give that 10% of brown that Calvin is and show him a little bit of respect, man. But not a lot, right? Now, at the end of the day, there's going to be people, damn, Gun, you're breaking. No, I'm not breaking nothing down. I'm just thinking about the bigger picture here. You know, I don't care about, you know, these motherfuckers want to do push-ups all day. Hey, come on, doggy. Come on, doggy. Come on, doggy. I don't care about that. What I care more about is what's going on and how innocent people are being affected and how people like Lefty Gunplay are stepping up and helping. You know, that's very commendable, man, and respectable. For all the people that talk shit about Lefty, oh, man, he was in prison. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. You know, I could tell you one thing. He has compassion, and that shows a lot of leadership. You have to have a little bit of compassion. You have to have a little bit of self-respect. And you have to respect other people, man. And you have to show some type of love, man, to the gente. He's done that. He has my vote. Anyways, with that being said, let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about this thing Lefty Gunplay did, man. Did he expose who he really was? I know if it's drama, everyone wants to see him get exposed for being a piece of shit or for being a fake rapper, for stealing lyrics or for doing all these things that he's been accused of doing. And I ain't gonna lie. There's been videos I've done in the past where I'm like, hey, you know, I was pretty critical about fucking Lefty Gunplay, and still am to the point as of the greatest rapper of all time. Because come on, bro, stop it. You ain't fucking with Pac, right? But I respect him more as a man now. That's a fact. Anyways, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's gonna be the head that wears the crown. I'm gonna continue to strive for what I truly and honestly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. And I believe that Lefty right there took a good step in showing the type of person. I mean, he's done it before. You know, if you really listen to him talk, you know, it's a caricature he's putting on, an image of what he thinks people want him to be. But I don't really think that's him. I think, you know, when he gets on drugs, when he gets around certain people, he plays that role. But behind closed doors, I believe he's probably a good individual, man. Anyways, that's my video. The gun. Bang, bang.